I'm ready.
Welcome back,
All right.
Mr. Fleming. Did you have PTSD coming back up here?
No, actually, I passed by the start line by the casino, and
Yeah.
it was exciting. It's exciting seeing it.
That was an interesting morning, hey?
Oh yeah, exciting seeing it without blowing snow and 30-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah. Sideways, literally. Yeah, it was something else. Before we dive in to like the ultra stuff and all the other race stuff, let's talk a little bit about you, just background. So you're from...
I live in Indian River, which is about 30 miles south of the bridge.
Yeah, that's right, because you work out with...
Jenna Corbin from
Jenna Corbin.
Yeah, she comes up and does your camps.
She does. She does. What does she sign up for this year? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Jenna, are you signed up for anything? You better be.
Oh yeah, she talks about some RG, so I know she's doing it.
So Indian River, you said you work for Cheboygan Schools?
Cheboygan Area Schools. I'm the director of transportation maintenance and grounds.
So what does that entail?
Well, I run all the busing. Unfortunately, that's the most stressful part of my job. So when summer comes along, it's a really easy schedule. But also in charge of all the facilities. So we have 5 buildings. So I directly manage 35 employees, and Monday mornings always suck because 33 of them have a problem at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm thinking about getting one of those grenades, like take a number. So maybe I'll give them the hint.
So you are in charge of facilities.
Yes.
And transportation, meaning
all the
buses,
all the busing, all the bus drivers, all the busing, all the so I pretty much monitor all of that, bus maintenance to mechanics.
Wow. So like dispatching and logistics of the busing routes, fixing the buses?
We have a secretary that does all the routing
okay.
and dispatching and answering the phones, but I pretty much supervise all the bus drivers, all the mechanics.
It's a job.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on there. How many buses?
We have 21 buses, 13 routes. We have a lot of spares. We're going to get rid of a couple this year. The hardest part is dealing with the parents because, there's always problems. The kids don't like to behave on the buses.
Sure,
and
of course.
Yeah.
They're kids.
Yeah.
On a bus.
Yeah, or the bus shows up at 6:30 and there's no lights on, and they call me and say, "Oh, the bus never stopped there." I'm like, "Well," I call the driver. The driver's lying. Well, I have GPSs on the bus.
I was just going to ask you
that.
Like,
well, according to my GPS, it was there for 45 seconds. Click.
Uh-huh.
They hang up on me.
So the GPS that's on the buses, what's the system called, do you know?
We use Samsara.
Samsara. When I was still driving, this was years ago with Cisco, we had, and it might be the same, might be different now, but they had a computer on board called TripMaster that you'd have to get in the morning, you'd log your route, your driver ID, your manifest number, all that stuff. And it was cool because if somebody, said that you didn't stop, you weren't at their account, whatever, they could just pull it up.
Yeah. So. It's helpful. It's something new. We gotten it a couple of years. We got it a couple of years ago. So,
are there cameras on the buses?
Oh yeah, yeah. We see a lot. Vaping's a big thing, So the kids are really good now. They go below the seat, put it in their sleeve. I can always see the smoke blow out of their mouth. So I always pause it right there. So I always catch them.
What about cameras as far as like on the outside or monitoring the outside of the vehicle if there's like an accident?
Yeah, we have a forward-looking camera, then we have one on the stopping arm too. So because a lot of people don't stop for the red.
Oh, so there is a camera on the stopping arm.
Yes, so we can get their license plate number and everything.
Oh, yeah.
No hiding from us.
Okay, that's cool. How long have you been doing it?
5 years. I was in the Coast Guard for a little over 20 before that. I retired in the heart of COVID. I didn't see myself doing this job. I wanted to stick in the maritime field, but unfortunately during COVID, there wasn't a lot of opportunity, and I had I used to run. I was an engineer in the Coast Guard, so I instead of monitoring boats, and monitoring buses. So plus,
do you know Ed Rogers?
Ed Rogers? No, I do not.
Do you remember Ed?
Of course I know.
Talking about maritime. He was up. He is an engineer or aspires to be an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Should connect you guys. He's in the cycling community. He won the Crusher point to point last year.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
get some tips from him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some tips. I mean,
pick the cutthroat.
He did it in 72, 73 hours. He's on a single speed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the Dots leave Stonington, and by the time they got up by Valley Spur, and then they were leaving Valley Spur. Like he just pulled away from the entire field, and it was like, is he on a moto or? It was unbelievable. It was an awesome ride. He was a cool guy to talk to.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So maybe we'll connect you guys because it sounds like you have something in common. So 20 years in the Coast Guard.
Yeah, a little over 20. Yep.
Where were you stationed?
I was stationed in Virginia, 2 different tours in the Norfolk area. So I spent about 6.5 years in Virginia. I was in Boston, Massachusetts at an anti-terrorism team for 3 years. Savannah, Georgia for 2 years. Frankfort, Michigan. They used to have a Coast Guard station there, but it's closed now. I was the engineering petty officer for that station. It's now part of Manistee. And then I retired out of Grand Haven, Michigan.
So what, at the point that you went into the Coast Guard, why the Coast Guard? What took you down that path?
Well, I went to school for criminal justice before I joined, and I wanted to get out. I wanted to do like 4 years and be be a cop or like a Fed, DEA agent or something like that. So I listed for 4, extended for a year, and I was in 5, and then my ship got sent down to Hurricane Katrina. My enlistment's up. We're down there for 3 months, and I'm not going to not re-enlist when I'm down in the middle of Katrina. So I re-enlisted, and the next thing I'm in 10, I'm like, what's 10 more? Went by like that. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily the plan.
No, it was not. No, I was planning on using it as a stepping stone for experience.
So you said anti-terrorism team.
Oh, yes. And after 9/11, the Coast Guard formed a unit called the Maritime Safety and Security Teams. So it's kind of like I'm into these events. I like excitement. I didn't join the Coast Guard to sit on my butt. So I was always on the boarding officer. We did the counter narcotics bust in the Southern Caribbeans. And so when this unit came open, I put it down as my number 1 pick. I got a command recommendation because I knew how hardcore it was for stuff like that, and we got it. We didn't really do anything cool. We did a lot of security ops. Like we did ops for President Bush had a house in Kennebunkport, Maine. He actually flew in President Putin there when they were trying to make some deal in 2006. So we did security for that. That was a pretty hardcore. They had SEAL Team 6 there, the Secret Service, the Russian Secret Service. We actually had a guy that from Florida that bounced through our security zone. So I was in a tactical response boat. So our boat immediately went after him, of course. Then our response boat ran them going 30 knots. They had 2 guys strapped in with M240s. And when I get on there, I had like an M16 out the window pointed at him. And I felt like the guy had all his kids on board.
Oh,
and he's they're all screaming. He goes, I just want to see if my boat was faster than you. And we're like, do you know who lives there? And the Secret Service said if we didn't hit him, they were gonna light him up, the sniper. So he saved his life.
No shit.
So they came out and arrested him, and they towed his boat in. But that was pretty exciting.
So he's on the boat. He wants to see if he's faster than the Coast Guard.
He wants to see if there's because we had 2 boats and a patrol boat out there, and then closer to the President Bush's house, they had the Secret Service boats. But we were maybe about a mile offshore from his house.
And he's got his kids.
He has his kids, his wife.
So his wife was there. Because I was imagining if the wife's not there, how do you explain that shit when you get home? Because the kids are going to be like, you know what Dad did?
Yeah, we hit him hard.
I almost got shot.
We hit him hard. The gunner had bruised ribs from the impact on our boat. So we hit him hard. So
is that the wildest thing that you experienced, or what else you got? What else happened?
The counter narcotics was pretty sporty. We'd operate in the Southern Caribbean on a 270-foot ship. Lights out for the whole time, and it was a huge operation. The Navy and the Customs would have P-3 Orions flying up, looking on the radars. These guys would only operate at night. During the day, they would tarp their boats or semi-submersibles. They're painted blue. They're so loaded with water, you can't see them on your normal radar. So we get 2:00 in the morning, the go fast alarm, they'd call it, go off. We hop in our small boat. And sometimes it'd be 4 to 6 foot waves, just wearing night vision goggles and going 30 miles after them. You don't know what you're going to get when you pull up to them. And we had this one time, this was probably the craziest situation. It was the Nicaraguan Navy we were chasing. Because when they bust these go fast boats, they keep them for their own boats. So the P-3 Orion saw we call them YOLAs or go fast.
Yeah.
And they assumed it was a go fast, it was a smuggler. So we show up and we pull up with our guns drawn. They have AK-47s drawn, and we're able to de-escalate it. Thank God we had an interpreter that was pretty fluent in Spanish that was able to de-escalate the situation because that would have not been good. Yeah, because they actually had us outgunned. We had two
Really?
16s on our, but we had a crew of 6. 2 had M16s, 1 had a shotgun, the rest of us had 9mm.
So you thought it was
240s.
smugglers,
Yes.
and it was not.
No, it was the Nicaraguan Navy using a smuggler's boat. So
Got that one wrong.
yeah. So, but that happened a lot. So it's very exciting, This it's adrenaline, good adrenaline, So it was
So
fun.
an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah. So I miss it. I didn't miss it though.
Could you have stayed in? Why'd you get out?
My 4 I could have. They wanted to transfer me, and I wanted to stay in Michigan. When I was in Michigan the first time, I fell in love with northern Michigan. I bought a hunting property in Kalkaska County, and my dream was to retire in northern Michigan. So I made it happen.
Where they want to send you?
Who knows? Probably back to another ship. And it's just like I'm tired of it. That was the hardest part, moving. Like this, you get settled somewhere. You're starting to make friends, and boom, you're gone.
Right.
So I was just
how long would you be in one place for?
the longest was
How long?
3.5 years. The shortest was 1.5 years. Because if you make rank and they have no positions for you, they ship you out, to another locations.
So you said you miss it?
I do, yeah. When I see all the stuff going on with, going after the smugglers now and seeing because we didn't have all the social media then with all the cool pictures and videos. We didn't really videotape that much of it. So I see it right here. And I'm like, oh, that was me at one point, It's so much change, so, but it's cool seeing it.
You have friends still in?
I have a few, yeah.
Yeah. Talk to them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
How did they say it's changed, or where are they at? Where are they stationed?
Well, right now they're not involved in that because they're so they're chiefs and above, so they're drinking a cup of coffee while the younger guys go out and do it. So
Feet up.
yeah, feet up.
That's smart guys.
Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting. So when you were coming up through high school, I mean, you were hoping to go to college for law enforcement?
Yeah, I did. I went to I took classes in criminal justice. I had a son that was born the year I graduated from high school. So his mom and I were raising him together, and I was trying to go to school, and and then she knew I had a dream of joining the military. I looked in all the services. I think the only one I really didn't look into was the Air Force for some reason. Nothing against it, but then the Coast Guard. I love water. I'm also a big kayaker and canoeer and paddleboarder too. So I just love the water, and I knew the Coast Guard did maritime law enforcement. So I was like, well, I can go there as a nice stepping stone, gaining some real life experience, and then maybe get a good job after.
What was the draw to criminal justice? Is anybody in your family?
No, I have no idea. I was kind of a hellion kid too. So.
Do you watch Law and Order SUV a lot?
Walker, Texas Ranger. Maybe.
Walker, Texas Ranger. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I wanted to roundhouse somebody. So.
Interesting. Where's your son at now? What's he doing?
He's in Ohio. He's a heavy equipment operator.
Is he?
Yeah. That's where I'm originally from, is Ohio. So.
Where in Ohio?
A small town called Mount Vernon. It's about an hour northeast of Columbus. To give you that Black Fork gravel grinder they put on, I lived about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. We have quite a few people actually that come up to do the events from Ohio. Caldy, who finished first, and Warboy, they're both from Ohio.
Yeah, I think Warboy. When I looked him up, he's not too far from where I grew up. I think I saw he's from Chesterville or something. That's not too far from.
Do you know those guys at all?
No, I do not.
No. Did you bump into him at all while you guys were up here?
I wanted to. I kind of a friend requested Warboy because he's so close to where I grew up. I was going to say something.
Has he accepted it yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. We could call him out.
Yeah.
Did you see the Perseverance and Endurance awards that we gave those guys?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's because
Do you still? Are they still out there?
Mm-hmm.
Would you grab one?
Sure.
Let's let him touch it. The award. So there's a question I was going to ask you. Dang it. I lost it because we got distracted talking about Warboy and Caldy. Well, actually, here's a question that just popped in my head. That 30-mile loop around Wolf Lake, you know what I'm talking about? So like after you leave Evans, you're on the road for like 8 miles. Here's that endurance piece.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you hear how heavy that thing is?
That's nice.
You could hurt somebody with this thing. Good. Yeah. Gordon does good work. So that loop after you left Evans, you're on the road, you get into the single track again, and then you're in it for whatever, 30 miles. Did you push your bike the whole time, or did you ride it?
90% of the time I pushed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just so soft. Even the downhills. I'll tell you what, though, if that was prime conditions, that would have been awesome to ride. It was so flowy, but it's just because of the conditions and drifting. Because I don't know if you saw it was on the dots. Because I hooked up with Kenny. We pretty much the whole entire race we had the same pace.
Yeah.
So we kind of hooked up at Evans Camp and stuck together from there on. And we went past like we're on the snowmobile trail, then you turn back on the single track, and we went past it. It said turn. I'm like, well, there's no trail there because it's blowing so much.
Yeah.
I remember checking the weather at Evans Camp. It said chance of snow and like light and variable winds. And as soon as we like get on the single track, it was like blowing like 30 knots and like slight and variable winds my ass, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The wind was, it was there.
Yeah. It was like covering the trail. And even the downhills, you get on it and you hit like a soft spot, it stop you right in your tracks. And we aired down as much far as we could possibly go.
Yeah.
And it's just, then that takes everything out of you when you're trying to ride with like 1 PSI or something, you know?
It's a slog.
And I was looking at my GPS. It's like, well, I'm making 3 miles per hour riding and I'm pushing it like 2.5. Why not just push it, and less effort.
Mm-hmm. So on the events, how many times have you done the Ultra Polar Roll?
This is the third time.
The third time.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened the first 2 times?
Well, the first time I can tell you that I didn't take it seriously. I was like, oh, I'm in good shape. I work out. I'm a runner. I bike. I'll have no problem doing this. I didn't train. And I found out the first 20 miles, I got my ass kicked.
Seriously? In the first 20?
My knees, I had the runner's knee going on, but I made it all the way to Ram. But you probably remember because I was doing I lost my GPS, if you remember, and then I had no navigation.
The GPS or the track leader?
The GPS. So I had no GPS trying to navigate Rambo. So I was doing, people were like, I remember on the page, they're like, was this guy trying to do like Rambo art? They're like, is he trying to flick off Todd with the Rambo trail?
So you literally lost your GPS.
Yeah, because you called me and you're like, dude, you just did 10 miles in like a 2-mile section. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to navigate from the signs of Rambo.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, and my phone was dead or got dying, and I didn't. It was a new phone, so I didn't have like an idiot. I didn't have the course on the phone. Oh. So you learn from your mistakes. So now I bring 2 GPSs.
Yeah, good.
And then year 2, I trained my butt off, and like a dummy, about mile 60, I took a break. I checked my phone, and I knew something was going on. I had like. All day, my phone was vibrating in my pocket, like something is going on. I didn't check it. I checked it that night, and it was my superintendent. I like made 15 missed calls from him and everybody in the school. We had a major air quality issue. It was blown out of proportion. So a heater, a univent in an old building, the bearing blew, and it put off some burning smell. So I wasn't there. The administrator, the principal wasn't there. The custodian wasn't there. So there was nobody there. Then somehow it got on Facebook that there was carbon monoxide through the building.
Oh boy! And
there's no way carbon monoxide. There's only 2 places in that building. It's in the boiler room and in the kitchen. So then they closed the building down. 30 parents took their kids to the hospital. We had a building closed. My superintendent, he didn't recall me. He's like, you don't have to come back, but this is what's going on. And I lost focus at that point.
Understandably,
I was looking for something to make me quit. Like my GPS was freezing, because I was really cold last year, and I was having shifting problems, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. It gave me an excuse. Oh. I lost my focus, and it irritates me because I felt great, 100% felt great, and I was like, I'm not. And you learn from your mistakes again. So this year, I sent an email out to all the staff and said, I don't care if the place is on fire. I'll deal. Don't text me. Don't call me.
Don't text me. I'll see it on Facebook when I'm done.
I'll deal with it when I get back, and because they knew how important it was. And
so did you want to quit when those calls came in? Dude, it gave you an excuse, you said, to quit, right?
Well, I kept going, but I lost my focus because the only thing I could think of from riding on was like, I need to get back there. I need to get back there. I need to get back there.
Yeah. So it was probably that, right? Like something significant tied to your employment, and you have an important role.
Yeah.
At the school. So there's a sense of duty there.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it would be in your head.
Yeah. So when I came into it this year, there's quitting was not an option at all. And of course, Saturday morning, I wake up like this, I'm sick as hell. Like I couldn't, I was awful. I didn't really tell a lot of people because I didn't want people like, oh, feel bad for me. I told a few people I was really sick. I just flushed my system with electrolytes and water, just pumped the water through me all day Sunday. Monday, I felt pretty good. Except at night when that cold air hit me, it hit my lungs. I was having some breathing issues, but I just kept going.
Did you have anything to mitigate the cold air going into your lungs?
Just a blot of Colaba I put over my mouth.
Okay.
That's about it. So when I got done, I went back and I didn't have a voice for like 3 or 4 days, but it was work. I mean, I'm fine, big boy. You just got to man up. And I just knew quitting was not an option no matter what happened.
So first year, lose your Garmin, then you're screwed. Second year, life steps in.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Kind of gets in there.
Yeah, the first year too. And I admit it, I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks. Like in the ride home, I had my girlfriend at the time was with me, and like when I couldn't get out of the car, like both legs, I'm like, oh man, I couldn't like
just that fried
from just under training.
Had you trained at all with the loaded bike?
Like a couple times, I rode up a couple of hills and I'm like, oh, I feel good. I just, it was just stupid. I took it, I didn't take it seriously, and you have to take these races seriously. And I found that hard. I probably should have dropped out, but I was like, I'm not the type of person to do that. I was like,
let me read you something. Greg sent this to me on my way over here. This is in reference to him doing the Margie last year. He didn't finish it. He sent me a quote. The quote is, "You don't perform to the level of your aspirations. You perform to the level of your preparation."
Absolutely.
That's Greg Bowman, the Suffer Crew guy. That's last year he did the event. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He found out you should probably train for Margie.
Oh, yeah. I did the 50 last year, and I trained pretty hard for it.
Did you?
I felt great. Felt great afterwards.
So you've done the Ultra 3 times. You got a unofficial finish this year. You going to come back and do it again?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear we're going to change it up a little bit?
Yeah, I watched listened to the last podcast. Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think? What do you think? Since you came all the way here to get on the podcast and spend an evening with us, if you could change anything in the route, would you? What would it be? Do you like the idea of it being a little bit shorter? Do you like it the way it is? What do you think?
I thought the Aqual was awesome. I think that was really cool. I mean, the single track by Wolf Lake was really good. It was really cool. It's just the conditions. I mean, you can't help the conditions like that. I mean, if the conditions were, like today, this morning, you'd be flying through there,
Yeah, this weekend you would have been ripping through there. The weekend before, you would have been ripping through there. Yeah, and so the snowmobile trails, like what killed Kenny and I was that last stretch because it was drifting and it was so soft. Like we just could not. Trail 82.
Yeah, that was like the death of us. And I remember I know he had to get back to Indianapolis or he would have been unofficial. He would have been with me. He had a really great attitude. We both had great attitudes, great morale. It was awesome hooking up with him. But we looked at our watch. It was like 1. Like, oh, we can still make it. Next thing I know, it's 3. I was like, then I look where we're at. I'm like, we can still make it. And then it's 4, and then it's 5. I'm like, dang, man, we're just not going to make it.
Not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were watching your dots, it took you a while to get around Wolf Lake. And then you made obviously good time down Wolf Lake Road to 82. And then, because from watching you, like I had been telling the guys in the shop, like, it's going to be really close that these guys can make it. It's getting further and further away, unless all of a sudden their pace would pick up. And then when you got on to 82, it was like, there's no way. There's just no way. The time was taking too long. It's too soft.
Yeah, it was just so we just couldn't ride it. We tried to ride it, and then like the same thing, we're looking at how much speed we're making riding, and then walking, we're almost making the same damn speed,
Yeah. So you said you did the Margie 50.
Yes.
Have you done the 100?
I am doing the 100 this year.
100 this year.
Yes.
So
I'm trying to do the Triple Crown. That's what my goal was this year.
Was it?
Yeah.
All this year.
Yes, all this year.
So you have not done a mass start or you don't have a qualifying puller roll finish for
Unless that one counts that I did. That
Gotcha.
official count.
Gotcha. So you haven't done the mass start?
I have not. No. I'm kind of turned on to it since you might do a point to point next year with the.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna do that. That's the original route from Marquette to Ishpeming.
cool.
So you'll see more single track and the NTN trails and self trails. Then you hop on the snowmobile trail. You take that up to Nagani, and then you'll get, a Ramba experience. We get more miles that way, and it's just I don't know. I think all the routes we've done. I know we talked about this with Paul and Brandon. I think all the routes are cool in their own unique way, but I'm still partial to the point to point just because it just covers more. You got the snowmobile trail in there. It's variable. It's longer. Just feels a little bit more epic. It's a cool route. I think you'll like it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just a shorter ultra.
Is it going to be the same weekend, like the February 22nd?
It's February 20th, I think is the date. 2027, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the next couple of years for sure, we're actually on that same weekend. So it's we used to be kind of floating around that weekend for Valentine's Day. And that also ends up, the downside of that is it ends up being President's Day weekend, which is a very busy weekend on the snowmobile trails.
Oh, yeah,
So us being a week later is actually really beneficial for if we want to use the snowmobile trail, and it's just better all around for everybody. That'll be good. That will be really good.
Yeah, it's my birthday weekend too. Mine's the 22nd. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
You can celebrate up here.
Oh yeah. Celebrate
So
misery.
and then Crusher point to point this year. Have you done the Crusher before?
Nope, first time. So I'm going all in.
Wow, he's trying to do like the ultra version of the Hall of Pain.
Yeah, that was my goal to do the ultra version. So
Yeah, that's going big. You're a runner, you said?
yes,
Have you thought about doing the worst of both worlds for Margie, the duathlon?
I was thinking about it, but I want to do the 100 bike first,
Yeah.
and then after that I'll think about doing both.
What other winter ultras have you done?
This would have been the only winter ultra I've done.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no Arrowhead, no Tuscobia.
No, I've been looking at where I bought, like I talked to offline. I don't know if you heard of it, the Drift in Wyoming.
I have
It's
heard of
100
it.
mile. That's kind of on my radar because that's where I got my bike, and I kind of I hooked up. I ended up there. Real quick story. So I was planning this trip for 2 years when I was in the Coast Guard. When I retired, I was in a canoe, the entire Jefferson River in Montana, 100 miles, and go into the Missouri headwaters in Missouri. So my way out to Montana, they got like one of those freak summer snowstorms in June where they got a foot of snow and it flooded out the river. So I was in Colorado visiting a buddy, and from when I left his house, I was like, I'm just going to go head north and see if I see something cool, I'm going to hang out there. So I stopped at a fly shop in Pinedale. I was like, this town looks cool. I'm going to stop there. And then it's kind of where the Tour Divide actually goes through there too. It's this bike shop that built my bike. That's where big stopping point. So these guys were like, well, don't tell your buddies, but if you take this mountain road 2 hours, you're going to come to the headwaters of the Green River. It's kind of like boondock camping.
Mm-hmm.
Went out there, and I was like, one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. I've been going back every year. So that's kind of why I want to go out there and do that, just because of it's not
What bike did they build up for you?
It's called a bison. It's a black dog bison. Yeah, it's like an independent custom bike. Yeah, and he has I have a teardrop, an off-road teardrop camper with like a dark gray color, and he painted it to match that. Put like mountains on it. It's pretty cool, the paint job.
Black Dog.
It's beat up though.
Dog Bison. Have you heard of that?
No.
I have not heard of that
You have
before.
to show you a picture of it.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah. So
Let's check it out.
So 3 times doing the paint's starting to get screwed up from 3 times of doing the puller roll.
So is it titanium, carbon, steel, carbon? U.S. made?
U.S. made.
It's cool. And it's like, so what type of bike is it? Is it a mountain bike? Gravel bike?
It's a fatty. Here it is. It's the one I used on the puller roll.
Okay, that's the one you're on. Gotcha. Cool. Do you ride that year round?
I do. I also have a bear grease. I was thinking about using the bear grease next year in this race. I think the bear grease is set up a little bit better for for racing.
What tires you got on there?
I got the Dillinger 5s,
Okay.
the studded ones.
Caldy and Joe listened to the podcast the other day, and we were texting back and forth today. They're looking for a backup wheel set with at least 4.5s.
What were they running?
I think 4s. Or somebody said 3.8, but don't quote me on that because I didn't see it myself. So they're listening. Shout out to Joe and Mike.
I do a lot of these like small races. Like I did the Fat Toe in Canada this year.
Yeah. Is that a newer one, or that's been on for a while, right?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's a nice trip. Hiawatha Highlands, that's pretty cool area through there. I was impressed by it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Cutthroat has a little bit more pep than this bike does. So I think next year on the Polar Roll, I'll use the Cutthroat.
Gotcha.
Not the Cutthroat. I mean the Bear Grease.
The Bear Grease. A little racier.
Yeah, a little racier. It's kind of best what it's built for. So
yeah, for the Ultra.
Yeah, for the Ultra. Yes.
Yeah. What racks are you running? Is it salsa rack?
I'm using the Arlo racks. I actually broke them this year, but broke them 3 times. So I need to get actually one of your gear checkers like he's like the piece that broke. He told me before the race. He goes, "That hasn't broke yet." And then like right at the end, it broke. The piece he said would break broke. I'm like, yeah.
Really?
I was like, well, he was right.
So I didn't notice that on the bike. Those packs, are they holding bags on the sides?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Wades used them or used them, and I think they had the same thing.
Yeah, I think
they broke.
Yeah, I had them so tight that they like the plastic on the racks broke.
Yeah. Because
I guess when they get really cold, they like to snap. So that's what happened. They just snapped off.
Right. What did you use on the Cutthroat? What kind of rack did you have in the back? Because you were just lashing onto the rack, right?
Yeah, I didn't have.
Was it clear vinyl bags or something?
Yeah, they were NRS bags, basically.
They were NRS bags?
Dry bags with...
and then didn't Morrow make you some...
with Volley straps, and then
right.
Morrow made a... I don't forget what we called it, but it was just basically a wrap to protect the bag. And
right. Yeah, because I think during that first Adventurous ride, didn't you have some wear through a bag or a couple of the bags?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, actually I did.
Yeah.
And I went with a heavier duty bag.
Right.
Second time around.
Yeah, that's the thing with the packs in the racks. You want to really look at making sure you don't have something. It's got to be like super utilitarian so it can't break.
Yeah, I don't think those Arlos are really designed for ultra type racing. Most
right.
like commuting type racks, you know.
Yeah, I would not consider the ultra commuting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at something different next year.
They're touring bags.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what aspect you would going back a little bit to your professional background and then tying it to the events? You kind of said you're a adrenaline junkie. What is it that draws you to, let's say, the Ultra or the Margie or Crusher?
You know, what really drew me this year to go to, when I signed up for Margie, I got a transfer. I didn't sign up at the before. And last spring I kind of went through a bad breakup, and I was I was feeling down and listening to depressing Alice in Chains songs and drinking beer by myself on a Friday night. And he's like, I just snapped out of it one day. I was like, what? I need my ass. I feel weak. I shouldn't be like this over a woman. I feel weak. So finally I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I got a Margie transfer. Just started training my butt off. And after I trained for Margie, I went right into the Polar Roll. Like this, started packing my bike up and just riding. I'm blessed where I live. I have a mile long hill on a dirt road. So I just ride up and down that all the time. Do like hill sprints with it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of 2 tracks behind me, so I just ride. So I just needed my head cleared, and I just like getting. I think, and I follow you. Some of your speeches for the 906 team about how society's weak, and and I actually run a nonprofit called Paddle for Heroes. It takes veterans, first responders, and their families paddling. And I shared that with our board. I was like, this is awesome. Listen to this. This is absolutely true. We do.
So you run the nonprofit?
Yes, I'm the president.
Okay.
It's based out of Ohio. We do our flagship events. We do a 160-mile paddle in Ohio. It's 5 6 days, 5 days, 6 nights, 5 days of paddling. I'm sorry, 5 nights, 6 days of paddling. But it's it's 30 miles a day. It's nothing in endurance compared to any of your events. But if somebody that's not seasoned, it's really hard on them.
Sure.
And when you're done, you have the same feeling with the feeling when you complete something.
Yeah.
Really hard. You feel great. It clears your head.
Yeah.
You build camaraderie with the people around you, and it's the same thing. It's really good. And I like that.
It brings people together.
It does. It brings people together.
Yeah.
And it clears your head.
Yeah. Sort of forges. I think the relationship gets forged in that experience, in the difficulty, and it's just it's a different kind of relationship, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And it definitely clears your head and it makes you a better person, I think, when you're done. Even though I didn't finish the polar row in time, I was very happy that I finished. I was because I did all the training and, under the circumstances, I thought it was very successful. And I didn't feel bad about it. I wish when I went into it, I wanted a buckle. Like everybody should go in there with a goal of buckling.
Yeah.
And then
Caldy almost got a buckle despite how terrible the conditions were, which is
that's crazy.
Unbelievable.
I just need to build up my pace. I got a slow pace, man. I'm just looking at my pace. I'm like, God, I got to build up my pace. I need to build up my pace, so.
I was really happy that you kept going. This polar roll this year, I've actually been blown away a number of different ways because we had a terrible year for conditions. The quitter rate on Saturday, I've shared it out through social media, through my page, through the event page. It was almost half of what it was in 2019 when 2019 was the previous most terrible year that polar roll had. So that really showed to me, I don't know. I look at it and I think we're making progress. Not as many people quit. They saw it through. The tone was different that day. The mindset was different. It was great. And then, with the 3 finishers, and then having you stay out even beyond the cutoff, like that type of commitment to just like you came here to finish.
Absolutely.
And you weren't going home until you did.
That's right.
Like there's that's what the journey's all about to me. 100%. Buckles are great, but if the buckle's off the table, where does your integrity come into play? Where does finishing what you started come into play? And those are things that sometimes that's the only thing that keeps you in the game when life's really fucking tough. And when it's really got its foot on your neck and it's putting the pressure on you, like you got to kind of be a little nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
When life gets nasty, you got to be a little nasty. You got to fucking bite back a little bit sometimes.
Oh yeah. I was, sick. I was in pain. My neck was killing me. I was like, you know what? I'm finishing. I don't care. I'm going. I'm finishing this. I don't care how long it takes me. And I just hope Todd's still awake when I'm done.
I was. Did I tell you the story? What happened with his text?
I don't think we got there yet.
So he. I don't know. I think I was delirious, at the point when I was reading the text. So he had sent me a text that he was going to get some sleep and then go back out and finish. And I'm like, cool. And then he let me know when he was going out. So we went out. I'm like, cool. And then he got out there a ways past the brownstone and it was taking him a while. And then he sent me a text. And what I read was, my neck, something to the effect of my neck is sore, it's hurting, I'm going really slow. And what I read was, I'm done. So I was like, Roger that. And I moved on because we were, doing stuff. Well, I got home. It was early afternoon, mid-afternoon. And I'm sitting on the couch, just starting to relax. And I'm like, I wonder if that fucker went back out. So I pull up my phone and I'm like, all right, let's take a look. So I look at it and, there's fucking dots out there. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I go back to the text. That's not what he texted me. It was just like, hey, my neck's sore. I'm going really slow. Sorry. LOL. So he was continuing to go. And then I'm like, well, fuck, I'm going to have to go up there and see him. Yeah, so I almost fucked that up. I almost missed you.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
He did get a hat and a cookie.
I ate that cookie as soon as I got to West End.
Did you?
I was starving, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you went all the way to the official.
Went to the official. Yeah, I actually got a pizza next door.
Yeah.
I ate I ate like the whole large pizza. I was so hungry. I was starving, man. The hallucination, the reason I wanted a nap, I mean, I could have gone back out. If you just said, hey, you need to finish it, I would have done it. But the hallucinations were just insane, man. I was seeing like grizzly bears coming out, like snakes and lizards coming out of the snowbanks, angry Santa Clauses, in the woods everywhere. Kenny was hallucinating. He was seeing more like civilization type things, like, oh, there's a road up here. You see that car? But I was seeing like crazy like, animals chasing me and crap. That was insane, man.
Didn't Heitman say that he was hallucinating and seeing like Christmas trees and I don't know if he saw a Santa out there.
Yeah, I saw angry Santas, like metal Santas, like these evil faces and stuff.
This year, this polar roll is actually, I bet you I heard from 5 people some hallucination story. I've never heard that many. I don't know, something in the snow this year.
Yeah, Kenny and I were, it's like 48 hours without sleep. But then I started getting, losing my coordination. Like when I got on the bike, I kind of was like, I didn't have any coordination anymore.
Yeah.
I lost my sense of, so I was like, I felt like I was really intoxicated.
Right. Like
That's why
drunk.
I was like, I probably need to take like an hour power nap before I go back out there, before I run across 41 or something,
Yep.
So
let's go back to the nonprofit. I don't want to gloss over that. So how long have you been president of this nonprofit?
Since 2017.
So you've done this a while.
Yes.
And did you start this nonprofit?
Yeah, it actually started over like everything good starts over a beer with some buddies.
Right.
So I was stationed in Virginia at the time, and I had this idea of paddling from my hometown in Ohio to the Ohio River, which is 160 miles and some change. So I was with a couple buddies back home on leave. And they thought me, people when they talk, when they're drinking, like I was full of shit.
Oh yeah.
So the next day I call them up, because I had a plan that day at the restaurant. I was like, yeah, I'll pick you guys up in the morning. We'll drive the route. So I picked them up. They're like, you're for real? I'm like, no, yeah, I'm for real, man. We're doing this. So I picked them up and we scouted the route. We spent like months prepping it. This was before, we weren't even a nonprofit at this time. We just got like veterans we knew and some friends together, and we ended up paddling, and we ended up raising money for 2 organizations called Heroes on the Water, which takes veterans kayak fishing, and then Team River Runner, which takes wounded veterans whitewater kayaking. So we get back, and it's a small town. We make the front of the newspaper. We're heroes, and then we do like a river cleanup, and we pull out like there's these colleges, and they're pulling out like 5 tires. We pulled out like a mountain full of trash. Like it was insane compared to like more than all the other groups combined. And then I got approached by the director of the park district, and she goes, "You guys are really good at what you do. How about raising money for an ADA kayak launch?" I was like, "We're on it." Year and a half, we raised $39,000 for a ADA accessible kayak launch in the town.
How'd you raise the money?
Through 5K. I started doing 5Ks. We had
As in you ran, as in you put a 5K on?
putting 5Ks on.
Yeah.
We did chili cook-offs. We had this big concert where we had like 3 bands, food trucks and everything. And at this time we were raising it for the park. Like we weren't raising it for us. We're just raising it for them.
Gotcha.
So all these events that they had, we promoted, showed up for. Next thing I know, I was like, we should be a nonprofit. So I applied for it and, got a board together. And then now we are, we're pretty big now. So like back then we're just petty, but now.
So how big is the board? How many people on it?
We have 7.
Okay. 7 board members. What was the name of the nonprofit again?
Paddle for Heroes.
Paddle for Heroes.
Actually, I got
well, I want to make.
I have something for you too.
Oh, all right. Well, I want to make sure we get that in the notes. Paddle for Heroes.
Well, I have 2 things for you. So here's a challenge coin.
Oh.
Out of here, as you can have.
Hey, thank you.
And I know you're a big Metallica fan, so
Yes.
here's James Hetfield's guitar pick that
Oh, brother.
he threw me in Grand Rapids.
Fuck yes. God damn.
Look at that.
I've seen him 12 times. I actually got tickets yesterday they're playing at the Spear. So my son and I are going.
Seriously?
Yeah. I didn't have the money, but I was like, this is probably gonna be the last time. My son and I have never seen them together. We were supposed to a couple times and stuff's happened and we couldn't.
So you got tickets.
We got tickets.
It's sold out, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'm a
crazy fast?
nerd. I was on their fan club since like 1995.
Seriously?
So, yeah, so I get them before they go on sale.
He wanted, didn't you say you wanted Metallica playing when you got to the bike shop?
Yeah,
Did you tell somebody?
Trapped Under Ice.
Trapped under the ice. This is awesome, brother.
Yeah.
When is this? Is this from?
That's from when they played in Grand Rapids in
Gotcha.
19.
Yep. All right, 19. Challenge coin. Where'd this come from? This is, okay, it's a Paddle for Heroes challenge.
Yeah,
coin.
it's a military tradition. Challenge coins are.
Right.
we used to get them for like a commanding officer or a chief, master chief would award success for it. So like for instance, like when we did a drug bust, the CO would be sitting in the flight deck and we got and come shake our hands and go, "Good job, boys," and I'll give us a challenge coin. So it kind of awards success, and I put our core values in there.
I see that. I see that. This idea was actually pitched to me this year for us to do for the events. Like each event have a challenge coin. Might be a sign.
And also, I have it's cool when because I have like a challenge coin holder in my office at my house, so I have like 20 of them sitting there so it's cool. And so like a lot of police officers carry them, fire departments, so like local fire departments, you do like something joint with them, they're helping out, shake their hand with a challenge coin, and hopefully they give you one back, and you can have a little collection for your office. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit, it's doing the 160-mile route.
Yes.
What else?
So we do that in June, and then we actually do I bring them up to northern Michigan. So last year we did the Two-Hearted river.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's a beautiful river. Then we did some Lake Superior paddling. Then we usually do the Ensemble around the Grayling area. We've done the Manistee. So we do a summer trip retreat for like 4 days in Michigan. We do the flagships, the 160-mile paddle, and then we do like little weekend events here and there. It's in Ohio, so I don't make it down there as much. I do the 160-mile every year. I make it for that. And then we do a river cleanup, a couple of river cleanups every year in September in Ohio. And then we do like a paddle fest in Cincinnati every year.
So you guys are getting around.
Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, all the guys, when I bring them up to Michigan, everybody loves paddling Michigan rivers. Obviously, because compared to Ohio rivers, so much clear water and it's so solitude. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Have you done anything in the UP?
Just the Two-Hearted.
Just the Two-Hearted. Yeah. Nothing over this way yet?
Not yet, no.
So the veterans that are doing the event or that you're outreaching to, who are they? Is it any veteran?
Yeah, we have a few. We have a few first responders too, police officers and firefighters. It's veterans that kind of reached us through. We have a website, paddleforheroesmidwest.org.
Yep.
Just through social media, just putting our events out there.
So do they come? So they come to this because they're looking for a challenge.
They're looking for camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, I could tell you this from the years. Every year I do it. You have guys that don't know each other, never met, and then by day 6, they're lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Because there's hard work. There's a lot of teamwork. We got to portage some dams. You're going to hit weather conditions. You're going to hit some storms. You're going to hit some wind. You're going to hit some. You're going to come across things that's going to take a teamwork to overcome.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys, the reason they join is because they got out of the military or they missed that camaraderie.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
And then now they have it back, and they're forever thankful for that. So that's the best thing we can give them. And there's also studies that show that just being on the water, being outside, reduces PTSD, anxiety, stress.
Yeah,
just being outdoors.
It's connection to nature.
It's a healing. It's a natural healing tool.
Yeah, I mean, in your case, with it being ex-military, ex-law enforcement, first responders, they find the same thing with kids. I mean, when we read the literature and studies for kids, and looking at mental health and depression and self-harm and all this stuff. Number one thing they say is get these kids active and get them outside.
Absolutely.
And it's not like the silver bullet. Obviously, sometimes you run into situations that it doesn't completely cure the issue, but there's no doubt it has a huge effect.
Absolutely.
On people.
Absolutely. I shared your last post maybe from a month ago from 906 where you had the doctors from the local hospital talking about kids being
the video.
Yeah, so I forwarded that to my superintendent.
Yeah,
and he forwarded it to the board, and he wants me to. We have a lot of land behind our school. Right now we have a cross country program for our intermediate school and snowshoeing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I could have the wood shop build us a groomer, and we can groom trails back there for CrossFit. And and he's all for it. He's like, yeah, I want to get these kids outside. Maybe buy a couple of fat bikes for the classes too, and just
it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Get the trail back there. They can snowshoe it. They can fat bike it. Just whatever they're going to do. Just the fact that they're outside is a positive thing.
Especially in the wintertime because...
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a thing. What is the seasonal depression? Is that what it is? You know, and a lot of people end up dealing with it because they end up cooped up inside.
Absolutely. So if we can get them outside, it's probably a lot really good for their mental health. So.
Yeah. If nothing else, I mean, it just puts you in a better position to be successful, to help them. You know, it's pretty tough if you're trapped inside all the time. With the camaraderie thing, I have to believe that that's a big thing for. How much did you miss camaraderie when you left the Coast Guard?
I missed it right away. I remember I retired on a Friday, and then I had a party at my house Friday and Saturday with all from friends I served with, you know, throughout the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And then when they left Sunday, I woke up Monday. You know, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. Like I was like sad. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, you know, where's my friends? I'm supposed to be going to work with the Coast Guard, and I'm not.
Right.
So that's, you know, a week later, I ended up taking off for my trip out west. And that was, you know, with my dog, just my dog, solo, my dog and I. And that really kind of got me back, you know, because I was out, you know, camping out in the mountains for 2 weeks and in Wyoming and Montana and Idaho. And that just changed my mindset. It got me back into the right state of mind.
What would you say your purpose is now?
Purpose is now?
Yeah. Like, what's your why that's driving your day to day?
Well, I mean, I've tried to help the community by serving them as their transportation and maintenance director. You know, I'm trying to give them a safe, you know, best, you know, busing and, you know, the safe buildings and clean buildings as much as possible as I can. And then also serving, being the president of Paddle for Heroes is helping, you know, people that, you know, are way worse off than I ever was, you know, they're going through depression, you know, just going through that camaraderie issue, maybe going through extreme anxiety. And if we can get them out in the water and cure that, even if it's one person that we cure, that's a successful mission.
So I'm just curious because, you know, you could come out and you could go and just be more focused on yourself and trying to build wealth and whatever. What is your interest in helping others and serving others? Just always naturally have had that draw?
Yeah, I've always been, you know, as a character trait, if you always ask people, Steve always likes helping others. You know, it's always one thing I've always done. You know,
since you were a kid.
Since I was a kid, I always put other people ahead of me. You know, making sure they're fine before I'm fine. I was always liked. That's kind of like joining the Coast Guard too, because you know I liked helping people. You know, I did search and rescue, so I liked. You know, it was a great feeling when you actually pulled a person out of the water and saved their life. You know, or boats taking on water, you dewater it, tow them in. Just seeing their when you show up and they think they're going to die, and then you have them on your boat and you save them. You know, just the look, the thank you they give you, it almost brings tears to your eyes. You know? You can't tear up obviously your uniform like, oh, you're welcome. You know.
Was there any can you think back to an event or something that happened in childhood, or was it just that you were born and this is the way you were born and this is just where you find your meaning and your joy?
I think it's my mom. My mom was always a very helpful person to my sister and I. My dad had a very stressful job.
What did he do? He
was an attorney for Prudential, so he did like a lot of labor relations, and he got he was in the Marine Corps before he became an attorney.
How long was he in?
Oh, just 4 years. The Vietnam era, 4 years.
So did he serve in Nam?
No. He's old. He was actually in before Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, he's older. But you know, he had and his job was very stressful. So he had a very bad temper at times. You know, he wasn't like a drunk or anything like that. He didn't drink, but he'd have a bad day at work and he would take it out on family instead of going out riding his bike or
lifting weights.
Yeah, lifting weights or something. So my mom was always like I just see her how helpful she was toward my sister and humble, and just to be able to put up with my dad as long as she did was this. She deserved something for that.
So kind of maybe inherited that from mom.
Yeah, just seeing that probably as a kid and just seeing how. And my mom was always volunteering too. She always helped out anything because my dad ran for office too, so she'd step up and do any kind of volunteering for that way. But she also volunteered for the churches and other things like that.
What office did he run for?
Ran for prosecuting attorney.
Did he end up getting it?
No, he lost.
Yeah.
He was never an ambulance chaser or didn't even have that experience. They asked him to run because they had nobody to run. He goes, "Oh, I'll run." So.
Gotcha. Did he run once? More than once?
He ran once. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years did he practice law then? Is that what he did and just retired from it?
Yeah, he retired from it. Yeah, he's actually in Florida now with my sister. He has really bad dementia, so he's in Florida. My stepmom passed a couple of years. My mom and dad got divorced when I was in middle school.
Okay.
And then he moved to Columbus, and my stepmom passed away about 2 years ago. And ever since she passed away, she took care of him too. And then he just went downhill completely.
How old is he?
He's 80. He'll be 86 March 12th.
Oh, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
So he's with your sister?
Yes.
What's your sister do?
Takes care of him.
Gotcha. Anything else? Does she work?
No, she doesn't anymore. No. It's a full-time job taking care of him.
Yeah.
Because she didn't really want to put him in any kind of
Sure. I
home.
get that.
So, and plus we felt that he'd just die if he went to a home. Because in rehab facilities, he would like get into it with other people. No, just his attitude. So we're like,
so he's a little spicy.
Yeah, he like if somebody's like screaming out, he like shut up, type thing, and he just I don't know, he has a really bad temper and kind of a bad attitude.
Yeah,
which I don't. I tell you, I don't. I take after my mom.
yeah. I'm not getting the bad attitude vibe off you.
So there's no way he could survive in a skilled nursing, even though I think that would have been best for him because my sister's not trained to do some of the stuff she's doing. Like he's so bedridden he can't even use the bathroom. She changes diapers, and so that's awful.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's really tough. How long has he been at that level in that state? Has it been
2 years?
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's one of my Grandpa Harvey, actually, Grandpa that my middle name is after. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and they had treated it. I don't know if it was 6 months or a year, and he had a good run with it. I mean, he was in the game longer than they had given him, and he ended up at home with hospice with my grandmother also taking care of him. I ended up there taking care of him for a while. I don't know, maybe a month. I mean, just a month was like, I was in my 20s at that time. It's tough. I mean, they're comfortable at home. I do think if you can do it at home, there's definitely a sense of comfort you don't get in the hospital for sure. But that's tough. I give your sister a lot of credit.
Yeah, because she doesn't really have a life,
Yeah, she's tied.
She's tied up. Her hands are tied. So
yeah, yeah, it's interesting. She'll have a lot of time with him.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is he talking?
Yeah, he knows who I am and everything.
Yeah, okay.
I can call him. He just, he has bad days and good days, So you don't want to call him in the late afternoon because he gets sundowners really, really bad.
Yeah,
that's when he loses his temper and starts throwing remotes and trying to punch my sister in the face and everything else. But But when I was down there for Christmas and he had every day was a bad day. But then I was down there Christmas before and he was great. And the Christmas before that, I actually took him on a charter fishing trip.
Did you?
Believe it or not, you can barely walk. We went out and on a charter in Sarasota. It was cool. We got him on a boat. This within months, just went downhill like that. Snap of fingers.
Did he do anything, athletically? Was there an athlete in the family? Did you see that?
Yeah, he was really in high school. He was a star football, baseball player.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He was. I still have newspaper clippings that he gave me. He makes sure I have them still. Yeah. Yeah. He was really good. Good sports player.
Anything as he was, getting into those family raising years and working years, was he doing anything athletically? Anything that you saw?
Yeah, he worked out. He worked out till probably his 60s.
Did he?
He had a couple of heart attacks after that, so I kind of sent him back. When I got into kayaking, he got into kayak fishing too. So we did a lot of kayak fishing. He got into hunting. When I was like, because he really didn't hunt growing up. But I was like, when I was younger, I was like, I want to go hunting. I just think it's cool. So he ended up he went all in. He just went and got a longbow. They didn't even go. Really? They didn't even go from steps. So he went right to a longbow. Went to a bear longbow. I'm like,
getting after it.
Yeah, get after it. So I still have his. But he's left-handed, so it's not really useful for me. It's good display. Have on display. He went into like rock repelling. So he was really outdoorsy too. Like he loved the outdoors. Even in his 70s, he would rock repel, go kayaking still.
Oh, so he got pretty active.
Yeah, up until probably late. He had a stroke at 82, and that was the final straw.
Got it.
He was big into target shooting. Lots of. So I have a pretty good collection now from him because he can't.
Oh, really?
But he was really into target shooting. He was an instructor. Loved shooting. That's all he did.
And what was he shooting? Anything? Everything?
His favorites in 1911. He loves he has the SIG 1911. He has the Colt 1911. And he was big into like the era of military rifles. Like he has the SIG. It's current. See, the military went from the M4 to a SIG. I can't remember what it's called now. But he has like the awesome sights that you can adjust with your phone on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really a good rifle. I haven't even dug into it yet. Because he's got a suppressor and I can't get that until I get my stamp. So the suppressor is still at his house.
What stamp?
The tax stamp.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I don't want to have a suppressor and be illegal. So.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so man, he was really into collections. He's got in my basement. I'll have to show you when we're off. I have to search for it. He's got all the old West Winchesters. Rifles. So I have them all hanging on my wall. That's where my bike shop is.
Lever action?
Yep. Yeah, and I still.
So like what years?
Well, from the 1800s to the 19. I'll have to show you. Got to know some of the ones.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
You seen those guns?
The old Wild West guns. Yeah.
They're sweet.
Yes.
That's awesome. How many has he got? And where did he get them from? Did he just buy them?
Yeah, he started collecting them probably in his 30s, and this kept getting them. Then he sold a lot to him. My stepmom was like, "You got too many damn guns," so he had to get rid of a lot of them. Well, sometimes he'd sneak them to me. She's like, "Linda wants me to sell this, but you just take it." I'm like, "Okay,
And do they still work?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So you said you hunt and primarily archery?
Archery, yes.
And what are you shooting?
I was using a PSU Brute, and then where my stand is, don't hate me. I ended up switching to a crossbow. And it's because of
Did you?
Well, it's just because of the shot rate. Because I have a lot of nice deer come into my open space.
Yeah.
But it's such a angle to shoot that I thought the crossbow would be the best. So I ended up getting a crossbow last year, a 10-point.
Oh. So the brand is 10-point?
Yes.
Got it.
But
what do you think of it?
It's a lot easier than.
Well, it's like shooting a gun.
I
isn't
know.
it?
It's
essentially a rifle.
range on it. It's like you're pretty accurate to 50 yards easily.
Yeah.
I haven't shot anything with it yet, though.
You didn't get anything this past year?
No, I didn't go out a lot this year. I was training.
Getting ready for Polar.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of.
Interesting. What compound did you say you were using?
The PSE. It's
PSE.
a Brute. Yeah.
Okay. How many years old is that?
It's like 10 years old. It's an older.
All right. I was going to say the Brute didn't ring a bell as far as one of their recent.
Yeah, it's an older one. Yeah.
Okay. And you liked it? I mean, PSE.
I like it. Yeah,
it's a good brand.
I didn't know anything about PSE until a local shop had one, and they had it on sale, and I test fired it. And I liked it, and so I bought it. I wasn't going after a PSE at all.
So are you up in a tree?
Yes.
Is that where you hunt all the time? Do you hunt bow through bow season and rifle?
No, just during bow season.
Just during bow season.
And I have a blind. I usually go on a blind. So my property is about an hour and a half, my hunting property from where I live.
Yeah.
So during gun season, I usually just go to state land behind my house.
Okay.
And a regular blind. So
just a ground blind.
Ground blind, yes.
All right. What I'm curious, what tree stand are you using? Do you know? Is it a climber? Is it a ladder stand?
It's a ladder stand, 16 feet.
It is.
Yeah, it's older. I need to replace it. I put it up in 2010.
Okay.
It's starting to grow. It's starting to grow. The ratchet straps are growing through the tree and everything. So it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, I can't remember what cable got for Christmas. River's Edge, maybe.
It's probably that brand. I got it at Dunham, so it wasn't anything fancy or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we got him a river. I don't know if it's River's Edge, but it's a ladder stand, something we can attach to the tree and you can climb up it. He's going to try to hopefully get him out this fall.
Cool.
We bought him a bow last year and he didn't get to hunt at all. Just too much going on. Sports, basketball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to train and hunt, that's tough.
Yeah, I'd bring my bike with me because my hunting land's about 15 minutes from Glacial Hills in Bel Air.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good mountain bike trip. So I'd always...
Can you ride to your stand?
No, it's just too rough. The terrain's just too rough. There's lots of really good 2 tracks around on the ride, though.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. But where we hunt, there's no way you could ride a bike in there. It's swamp.
Dang.
Yeah. Helicopter would be better. What kind of area are you hunting in?
It was a Christmas tree farm like 60 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah, so it's got some newer hardwoods, and it's got all the jagged Christmas trees that are starting to grow back. Some tall ones, they look like so I'm trying to figure out what these trees are, because they look like the Australian or Austria pines when you look them up, because they're the way they're so jagged. Austria pines. They're not native to Michigan. I do have a lot of white pines in sections, and there's cedars at one section. In the wintertime, all of them, of course, all the deer lay down by the cedars. Mm-hmm. That's where my little cabin is, though, so I can't really. That's right out the door.
Okay.
But they have these pines. I've never seen anything like it. They're so like weird looking. I don't know if they planted specialty trees when they did the Christmas tree farm, but when I looked them up, they looked like Austria pines. Yeah.
How are they different?
They're just their needles and the way they grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you think that's what they were actually cutting?
I think that's what they planted.
Okay.
Because there's one end section that's all white, the white pines, but the section where I hunt is all these weird looking jack pines that I've never seen anywhere else in Michigan except that area.
You said, was it Pinedale?
Yes.
Is that where you got your bike?
Yes, in Wyoming.
And is that where you're hoping to go hunt out west?
Yes, for my preference points, yes.
And you haven't been there yet?
Not hunting, no.
Right, but you're building a preference point.
Yes. Yeah, I talked to an outfitter out there, and for antelope, I could go out there tomorrow and get my antelope license, because there's so many antelope in Wyoming and South Dakota and Dakotas. They hunt the antelope on private land because all the ranchers want the damn antelope off their land.
Yeah.
But the elk, they go out on the BLM land horseback for a week. Like I said, I only have 2 points right now. So you told me that when I get to 5, I'm in good shape, 5 or 6. So I got a few more, because you only buy one a year. It's like $50 or something like that.
Would you go out on your own, or would you go out with an outfitter? I
think I'm going to do it right. I'm going to hire an outfitter, even though they're freaking pricey.
Yeah.
It's just worth it, not waste it. It's a guarantee. Odds will be a lot higher.
And why Wyoming over Montana or somewhere else?
I guess because I just fell in love with that area.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. You find a place you love. And,
because when I went out on that first trip, I actually explored into Idaho, and I didn't realize how beautiful state Idaho is. So I go to Idaho every year, too. I go to Stanley, which is in the Sawtooth Mountain Range.
Okay. Place
is just freaking phenomenal. Idaho is such a beautiful state. And Wyoming is, too. The western part of Wyoming. If you go to the eastern part, like Cheyenne area, it's just flat and rocky and bare. But where I go is in the Wind River Mountain Range. So
heard of it?
Yeah. So it's about an hour and a half south of Jackson. So you got some nice mountain ranges.
You been in Montana at all?
Yes.
What part?
I go to when I was supposed to do that trip in Jefferson, I was going to be in Twin Forks. Twin Bridges.
Twin Bridges. Where is that?
Twin Bridges is because I stop in Three Forks when I drive out there. That's my stopping point. I bust my butt. So I usually leave work. I drive all the way to the North Dakota, Minnesota line, stop there, maybe sleep for 2 hours, and then I go make it all the way to Three Forks. Three Forks is in western Montana off of 90.
Okay. So it is western.
Yeah. So Twin Bridges, it's just, Twin Bridges would be southwest of there, because the Jefferson and the Gallatin and the what is that next? Those three rivers come together in Three Forks to form the Missouri. So the river I was going to do, the Jefferson, is one of the rivers that goes through there.
So this is like southwest Montana?
Yes.
Got it. All right. Have you been into the Bob Marshall at all?
No, I haven't.
No? We were in there briefly. Wild. Very wild. Most of our time's been up in the northwest corner, up by Glacier.
I've never been to Glacier, but it's definitely on my bucket. That place looks awesome.
Yeah. I think that like a lot of national parks and a lot of outdoor spaces now, it's just getting overrun. Because when we used to go out, I guess this would have been 15, 16 years ago, there obviously was traffic, there's tourism, but not at the level there is now. Because when we went back 2 years ago and talked to the locals, it's like they actually cut the traffic off now at once a certain number of people have gone into the park, they close it, and more people can't go in until the next day because of how many people are going in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wild. And I don't know what the status is on the glaciers either, but when we were out there, and again, we were there 2 years ago, but 15 years ago, they were talking about the glaciers. At some point, there's not going to be any glaciers in Glacier. Mm-hmm. It'll be gone. Beautiful, though. It's fucking mind-blowing.
Oh, I just see the pictures. It looks phenomenal. So when I usually go out west, I camp I don't camp at campgrounds. I talk to some locals, and then they tell me a good BLM or Forest Service boondock spot, and that's where I usually go. Same thing in Idaho. I find some, awesome spot along the Salmon River, and just put up camp there for a few days. And
Mark would be in with you on that. He'd be in.
Yeah, paddle trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually bought a pack raft 2 years ago.
Did you?
I used it out in. I went to Cody. I've never been to Cody, Wyoming. So when I went out there last year, I made a trip to Cody for a night just to check it out, go to that nice museum. They have an awesome selection of guns in that museum. The Buffalo Bill Museum. My God,
I've heard of it, but I haven't been there.
They have like a Walmart size of just guns from every Winchester you can think of. It's phenomenal. Then they have all the military rifles from Revolutionary War up to the current times in different rooms. It's a really cool museum. So I ended up using the pack raft with my dog on the Shinna. I can't pronounce that river. It goes through a Cody, but I stopped at an outfitter. I'm like, hey, I got my dog. What's a good spot that's not anything over class 3? And they're like, oh, you can do this 5-mile section. We take rafters there all the time. I'll show you a picture of this too. Within like a minute, man, we're like in class 3. There was waves breaking over my dog. Really? And you can't get out because it has those sides. It's all you're in a gorge. I'm like, oh man, I hope I make it through this. So my dog hated me after that. Like, he didn't even look at me like the rest of the day. He's just like, F you.
Have you done anything like that?
I've pack rafted fishing out in Colorado, but I've never whitewatered out there.
Yeah, I haven't either. That would be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to do the middle fork of the Salmon. That's through the Frank Church area, and that's supposed to be the most secluded spot in the continental United States. Obviously, Alaska is more secluded, but there's no roads, no way in or out within 5 days of rafting through that area. So if you get messed up, you're going to Idaho Air National Guard's going to come get you because there's no way out.
Wow. Yeah. Where is that?
The Frank Church Wilderness area. It's the middle fork of the Salmon. It goes through the Sawtooth Mountain Range in Idaho. It's about the middle of the state. Beautiful, absolutely awesome.
Remote.
Very remote.
Very remote. Well, remote's a good segue. So you're planning to do the Crusher point to point?
Yes, I'm actually doing it with a buddy of mine. He runs a veterans backpack or bike packing group called Miles to Freedom.
Miles of Freedom.
It's based out of Ohio too. They're out of Toledo area. So he's really into bike pack. He takes veterans bike packing. So at least I have a buddy with me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So have you guys looked at the route? Like, does he know what he's getting into?
Yes, I showed up. We went over there. I actually switched the other day after the polar roll. I switched because I was going to do it unsupported.
Oh.
And then
that inspired you to go supported?
I was talking to him about it. I was like, you know what? If it comes to a point where it's like 4 days of nothing but downpour rain, I'm going to want go in a cabin or something and freaking dry my crap off.
Right.
So I was like, and I don't want to get DQ'd for that. So I was like, let's just switch it to supported. So if that happens, we have a backup plan. So because I wasn't even sure if we're allowed to even stop at a gas station when you're unsupported.
You can.
You can. Okay, I wasn't even sure about that.
Yeah, you can. You just you can't. You have to provide all your own support.
Okay.
So you can stop at a gas station and get yourself whatever you want, but you're doing that. You just can't have somebody going to a gas station and doing it for you.
Yeah, we're not going to have anybody up there helping us. I just wanted the opportunity if we needed to, if we came across a place to stay, that we could stop there and try.
So the supported would be the right category.
Yeah, so we switched. I switched. We both switched the other day.
Did you follow it last year?
Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. How many people finished?
14.
14.
You think it was around? It was the low teens or mid teens. 38 or 39 started, so it was a little under half. But there was chatter in Facebook leading up to it that nobody would finish.
I remember you went off on them.
I mean, it's like, just let it play out.
Yeah.
You know, why does anybody have to say anything about it?
You're changing the, I remember talking to the Iceman at the, when they have that night before packet pickup area.
Yeah, at the expo.
Yeah. That you said you may change the time, that may 6 days or something like that.
Yeah, we're starting it on Monday.
Okay.
Instead of Tuesday. So it is an extra day.
Finish on a Saturday.
Well, you'd have until Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Okay.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So, you know, it was an aggressive timeline. We still had a bunch of people finish. Did not surprise me at all that they did. But I think by adding a day, it sort of expands the group of people that may look at it and be like, you know what, I think I can do that. Because, I mean, that's the whole goal, is to get people to try this stuff. That point to point, I think it's great. Everybody that did it thought it was great. And they had some really wild weather on the front end of that with, you know, that first day was really hot, really warm, humid. We had a couple people end up in the ER.
Oh, geez.
With AFib. And that was probably just from the heat and getting, you know, dehydrated and electrolyte deficient. I had 3 calls in the first 24 hours for visits to the ER because that woman got hit by the deer too.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like pretty close to when it started, right?
Yeah. We sent them out from the lighthouse. I let them out in the truck. I pulled off, let everybody go by. And then we were there dicking around a little bit, kind of picking up the little few things we had. Then I headed back to camp before I was going to take off just to start checking out where people were at. And I got to camp and I set my phone on the counter. And then I looked over at the phone and it lit up and it said, "I'm calling 911. That was from Kevin Ryan. And I was like, this is not good. And then from there there was some texting there for the first 10 minutes after the incident, after she was hit by the deer, that the information I was getting from different sources was not coherent or congruent. So I was getting different things from different people, but within about an hour, it all sort of sorted out. I got a pin drop. I can't remember who I had send it to me, but I had him send me a Google pin drop. And I just bounced out of camp and I headed there. By the time I got there, all the bikes were gone. The woman's support person was there and there were 2 state troopers there. So, and I think she was just pulling out in the ambulance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What did she end up with? Was it just a dislocated elbow? And
there was an elbow and
bloody nose or a broken nose?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, they had, I was getting, like, she's unconscious. She's got a broken arm. And I'm like, fuck. But that wasn't. She was not unconscious, and she did not have a broken arm.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, that could have been way worse.
Is she coming back this year?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her. She came back. She came to base camp the next morning to return her beacon after she got released from the ER. And you know what? Not surprisingly, she was pretty down.
Yeah, I bet.
Because she had put in a year to that event, and literally in the first 60 minutes, out.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Terrible.
That does. On the polar roll, I'm just curious. Like, I don't know if you can articulate this or not, but I want to ask the question because maybe you'll give a little nugget for somebody out there. I think there's not a long list of people. There's a growing list, but it's still not a real long list of people who would have stayed out after 48 hours. Right? Because after 48 hours, it's like, well, it doesn't count, doesn't matter, or whatever, fill in the blank there. What would you tell somebody? Why should they stay out there? Why should they stay out to 60 hours?
Finish what you start. Even though it's unofficial finish, you still finished. If I would have just went home at the 48-hour mark, I would have been right now. I'd be kicking myself. I'd be down. I'd be like, I should have finished that. I mean, like, I don't feel bad not finishing it in the 48 hours because there's really not much I could have done. Like, I didn't hang out at any of the camps very long, or at the checkpoints. Or anything like loiter there or anything. There's nothing really I could have done. It's just I just need to pick up my pace, But I mean, it was the conditions, like that's the chances this happens. Maybe every 5 years, you'll probably get something like this, maybe longer. But you just have to finish what you start. And
why is that important?
it's good for your. For me, it's just good for my. It makes me feel. It brings up, makes me feel good about myself that I accomplished something. Like even though it's unofficial, I still feel like I accomplished it. I still feel like I finished. I worked hard. And I didn't want all my hard work to go to crap. I mean, I still finished, even though it didn't necessarily count. I still finished, and that's successful in my head. So,
but you're still going to come back,
yeah,
right, to try to do it within the time.
I'm going to get a buckle one of these days. One of these years, I should say.
Okay, all right. Well, we got that. Remember, I said you want to make sure that anything you put out there, because it's recorded.
Yeah. So
we got that. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So
you should stay until you get a buckle.
Yeah, that was my goal going in. I was like, I feel good. I felt great, training wise, health wise.
You saw that the buckle time changed this year, right?
Yeah, to 30 hours.
Yeah, it went to 30. Yeah. I think it was at 34.
36, I think.
Maybe it was 36. I talked to Mike because he was the closest one to a buckle this year, and he was still within 44 minutes of it. And he feels very strongly, as I talked to him a little bit about it, he's like, yeah, that is a good time. It's a doable time for a buckle if you've got conditions more similar to what we've had in the past few years. He didn't feel like it was unrealistic. Yeah, when you take Ramba out and you add in that Wolf Lake stuff, it's just a different course then. The grades out around the Wolf Lake area are much more gradual. Easier ride, less hike a bike if it's better conditions. I think somebody could definitely rip that. A number of people could rip it sub 30 if we have good conditions. If we didn't change the course at all. What do you think about us taking it to 135 miles?
I think that'd be a good idea. I'm trying. What would you cut out? Just the east. I think you said maybe the east stuff.
Yeah, we'd still have to start a ways out to the east, so probably Levasseur.
Okay.
And bring it into Marquette, do more of the south trails again, figure out how to get across town, do some of the north trails, and then connect up to 14. So you'd get more single track in it, which I think is good because then it's purpose groomed trails for bikes and snowshoers, which is a good thing. Get up to 14, go up to Evans, head out to Wolf Lake. We'll probably leave that the same. We don't want to add to that. We felt pretty good about that loop. Bring it down Wolf Lake Road, go to cross 82. We would add in some Ramba, add some back end, but it wouldn't be like you're going to do the whole quote, mass start polar roll. It would be a different route, a little more creative way to get through Ramba. And then you'd still do Elkwall, and then you'd finish in Ishpeming.
Yeah, Elkwall was amazing. I wish I had more. I just want to go there, just hang out, take pictures and stuff. It was so cool. There were some downhill, some hills.
Oh, there's some hills.
Steep hills, yeah.
Caldy said it's like Ramba on steroids.
Yeah.
You rode it yesterday, or was that, yesterday?
Yeah, I rode it Saturday and, yesterday.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
This whole weekend. I mean,
like a bike path?
Yeah. Yeah. The weekend before mass start and this last weekend, some of the best conditions I've seen on snow surface I've seen.
Were you running studs?
Yeah. Oh, I always do. And
yeah. Probably needed them? Was it a little icy or not bad?
Oh, yeah. Like anywhere there was pavement yesterday was just all ice.
How was the groom? How slippery?
It wasn't bad.
No?
No, there's that one hill in the back of Deer Lake that, I've only climbed it twice, I think.
Yeah, all winter.
Yeah. That was the only place where I noticed it was icy. The reason why I couldn't climb it was because it was...
That's better than I was expecting you to say.
Yeah.
Because when I groomed it that last night, when I'd been like 50, it was wet. And I just remember thinking I hope people have studs, especially in the downhills.
Yeah, there wasn't much on any of the 30X course yesterday that I felt studs were really necessary.
Oh, good. Good.
It was just moving through town.
Yeah. That will probably change, hey, with some of the warm weather we're going to have coming through here.
The ice skaters will be coming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to change it up. Although, I mean, looking at the weather, I put in the group yesterday or this morning, like that maybe Monday or Tuesday up to the weekend when the EX ends looks like it could be decent.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to get out again and try to. I'm curious to see in that span of days where it's not going to be great because of it being too warm. I'm curious to see how blown up the trail gets just from people being on it when they shouldn't be on it.
There was some ruts on Hill Street.
Was there?
Yeah. Yeah. There was some breaking through. And
What'd you see for footprints for walking and stuff?
It wasn't too bad.
No?
I mean, there was some sections in Old Town that were heavily trafficked.
Yeah. Did you see any? What did it look like in Elqual as far as foot traffic or footprints? Not bad.
Not bad.
That groomed out pretty good that night.
Yeah.
Took care of most of it. Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't go see it while you're here.
I saw your moose tracks.
Did you?
Yeah,
While you were out there?
Yeah. Yeah, he likes that groomed trail. I can tell you that. He was hanging around that area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big son of a gun, man. I was like, damn, dude, look at those tracks. I looked at
Isn't it
Kenny. I'm like,
something
holy
else?
crap.
He blows the trail up.
Yeah.
When he goes through, it just blows it up.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to hit that going fast. Boom, it'd like knock you off your bike almost,
No, there was a bull moose. Did you see that video that Tara had it? I think it's when, who's that bearded gun dog warden?
Oh, Matt?
Matt.
Yeah.
So I think that when Matt went out to do the NFR, when he was, I think it was when he was going for the fist, and he had a catheter in. So he's doing the 50-mile crusher NFR with a catheter in, and then something happened. I don't know. It was bleeding. He was messaging me. I think I heard from Kelsey that morning actually too. Mm-hmm. And it was, it's like, should he keep going or not? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know, but a catheter sounds pretty.
Oh, I know, that's crazy.
Pretty wild to be out there doing this with that in. And he was going to come back, and then he decided to go out. But then somehow Tara got roped in, I think, with Amy and Dan. Mm-hmm. And they got a video. I don't think I've ever even seen it, actually, of a huge bull moose. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of out, I think, in that general area. I don't know if it's the same animal, but we'll have to ask Dana or Amy if they got that video. We should take a look at it.
I ran into Matt and his son Gage. They were out doing the IQ test.
They did the IQ?
Yeah.
Yeah, his kid got her done.
Finished it, yeah.
How old is he?
He's
12, 13?
I think he's 13.
Yeah, his Matt was out there with his son. They're part of the adventure team in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And so they did the short Polaroll EX on their bike. Then they got rid of the bike and they put in snowshoes and did it the other way. Although I think they did snowshoes first.
They did.
Yeah. And then they did the bike. So,
oh, cool.
13-year-old did the IQ test.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you're thinking for Crusher Point to Point, you're going to do the mountain bike?
That's what.
Or are you still on the fence on it?
I'm still on the fence, but I think I'm leaning more toward a mountain bike, just because of what I'm hearing from people that have done it. They did it last year, just in the group chat.
I think if you put the question in the Crusher group, that they'd say mountain bike or fat bike.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is my only mountain bike is a top fuel, so I have the full suspension. So not a lot of. I could find. I could just pack really lightly and just. I could find a rack for the back and.
Yeah.
Put a hand. I can make it. I can make it work.
Yeah, you could throw an Old Man Mountain on there.
Aero pack.
Aero. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could make it work.
Yeah.
What would you use for a sleep system?
I bought the Big Agnes bike packing. I haven't used it yet. I haven't even unpacked it yet.
So is it just like a bike packing, like a solo one person?
It's a 2-person, but it's literally this big. It has. I like how I looked at the poles because the poles were so cool because they fold down so small.
Yeah.
But I haven't set it up yet. I was either thinking that or even using my bivvy.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you say you'd take? We talked about this. What would you take if you were doing the point to point?
If I were racing it, probably a bivvy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I were just going to tour it just to finish, I'd probably carry my hammock.
Yeah.
That's why when I usually bike pack, I usually bring my hammock.
Yeah. What hammock you got?
I have the what's the main brand? I haven't. What's it called? I have to show you a picture. I don't even know.
So hammock, tarp.
It has the rain fly and everything. The hammock, the rain fly.
Yeah. Show me a picture of it.
Yeah. Nemo.
Oh, it's a Nemo.
Yeah.
Oh, Eagles. The Eagle's nest?
Yes. Yeah, it's a you could put 2 people in it. I've never tried it before.
You used it?
I used to have one. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
I only use it when I'm bike packing because my dog goes everywhere with me now when I go camping. So I'm always a tent camper.
Is this the dog that you took rafting?
Yeah. Yeah. He goes everywhere with me. So I've only used my hammock probably 3 times in the last 5-10 years, and that's bike packing. So
What did you not like about the Nemo hammock?
It's just not asymmetrical.
That makes sense.
I like to lie sideways or side on my side or on my back or stomach.
Yeah, just to have the option.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you have the chameleon?
I do.
Yeah. That is nice to have. It's a nice option.
Yeah.
and plus it's not really that quick as you think. Like because you want to set up your rain fly because you never know what's going to happen. So the time you do the rain fly and do everything up and your straps, that's time consuming.
Yeah.
When a bivvy is boom, foam pad,
quick.
Quick.
How many times have you used it bike packing?
Like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of it to me, it's just like with the hammock, it's the repetition.
Yeah.
Like if you're in practice and you're regularly using it, you can whip it up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out of practice, you're probably going to be fucking around and fumbling around.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like, I couldn't get the straps right, and I was like, I was way up here. I was like all screwed up. So because I don't use it enough. So
yeah.
it just takes. If I want to use it, I just have to practice like everything else.
Right. I'm curious to hear when you use that big Agnes, what you think.
Yeah, I can't believe how small it is. It's crazy. But hopefully I'll just see how long the setup time is because I don't want to be.
How many poles it got? Do you know? Is it like a 2-pole? Is it?
It's a 2-pole.
How old is it? Newer?
I haven't even literally got it last year.
Okay.
I haven't even set it up yet.
God, I don't think that we've had a big Agnes tent since there was a 4-person, like a 4-season tent. Maybe it was 3-season. We used it 4-season. I had a seed house at one time. That was a 1-person. I don't know. I've had their products. They're pretty good. The only thing I haven't liked from Big Agnes is the sleeping pads. Every sleeping pad that I've got from Big Agnes in the past did not work.
Yeah, I'm using Sea to Summits now.
Yeah.
That's what
We've had good luck with those.
Yeah.
You use sleeping pads?
I have one.
Yeah, but probably not in the hammock.
No. Underquilt.
Yeah. What does Billy use when she's tent? Does she tent or does she hammock?
Hammock.
Oh, she does. Okay.
Occasionally tent. Depends on what the situation
Yeah,
is.
where you're at, time of year.
Yeah.
Have you guys 4-season camp winter? Billy down with that?
Not for
No. Do you do much winter camping?
No, I haven't. I'd like to, but I have not. The only thing I've done is tried out my bivvy in the snow just to make sure I can do it. Set it up and lay in it.
What bag do you have? What bag did you have on your bike?
I had the Black Diamond, a bivvy.
Okay. So you have Black Diamond bivvy and what sleeping bag?
I used a Nemo, the minus the -20 Nemo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got it at that Moose Jaw place they used to have. I don't know if they're still around. They used to have them.
They're gone.
Are they gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it on sale. I think it's because they were closing down. They had it on sale for like 50% off. I'm like, dude, that's not that bad.
Hey, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, Dan, the guy that owns that gear out there, Ultra Gear,
Yeah.
he's going to come grab the sleeping bag, and he's going to replace it with a different one.
Oh.
So just a heads up. I think he's going to come in Friday.
Okay.
I'll probably be here when he's here, but just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Your gear, do you have an approximation how much you think that the big barrier we're told on the Ultra is cost of gear? What do you think you got invested in, like the gear you had to buy for it? Did you try to do it on a budget, or did you go kind of all in getting good stuff?
I got pretty decent stuff because I like camping and stuff. It's like I'll use it other than the puller roll.
Right.
So I think altogether with bike packing bags, racks, gear. I mean, I was well into the mid 2000s.
Okay. What did the sleeping bag run you? Do you remember?
Well,
Just the bag?
I got it on sale. I mean, it was like a $900 bag, and I got it for maybe $550 or something like that. It was on a pretty good deal.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, and the bivy I got I think it was $120. It wasn't that much at all.
I don't remember what Fred said. Fred Eggy has done it a couple of times. Were you there when Fred was talking about how much he spent on his Ultra setup? I don't think you were. I think it was when he came into Spencer's shop. He's going to put together a spreadsheet for people to see, because I guess he said he bought everything, his bag, his bivy, everything that he used for the Ultra the last couple of years. He got everything off Amazon. And like he said, that the pricing that a lot of people are saying that it runs to get all the gear, that he got it, his setup in a fraction. And he's happy with it.
Yeah, I like it. My sleeping bag actually folds down pretty small.
Does it?
Yeah, that's what.
So it's not one of those big
no, it's not
boat anchors.
No, it's probably. If you saw the picture, it's only like this, and then maybe this high, so it folds down really good.
Do you have a -20 or a -30?
40.
What kind is it? What brand?
North Face Dark Star.
Oh,
It's 25. It's almost 30 years old.
It's a North Face.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's out there, I think, from Dan. It's a North Face, but I think it's like a Inferno or something.
Yeah, mine is synthetic fill. Super heavy, big.
Oh,
It's a monster.
boat anchor.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a winter camping.
Did you notice if Dan's is synthetic or down?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I'm certain it's synthetic or down.
Down? Yeah, it probably is.
Packed into that container pretty.
It looked pretty light.
Yeah.
Your buddy, remind me, who's doing the point-to-point with you?
His name's Justin Held.
And he runs a nonprofit, you said?
Yeah, it's called Miles to Freedom. It's a bike packers group for veterans.
So the bike packing trips he's doing, aside from when he's doing it with veterans, is he doing any Crusher-esque type stuff?
He does a trip every year from Pittsburgh to D.C.
Pittsburgh to D.C.
Yeah, so they start in Pittsburgh and they ride a trail system all the way to D.C. Then when they get
something they put together?
Yeah, something they put together, yeah.
And how many miles is that?
I'm not sure. I unfortunately I can't do it. It's always in he does it in the fall every year, and it's the middle of the school year. I can't. The most I could take off is a couple days here and there, And I usually take the time off for the polar roll course. So
right,
and I can't complain because I get spring break and Christmas off for free, and summers are so laid back.
Yeah. What do you do in the summer?
I just monitor. We just maintenance on the buildings.
Gotcha.
This summer's gonna be kind of busy because we are doing a $9 million renovation to our elementary school.
Oh wow!
So I got to help manage that. But
yeah, that's a big project.
Yeah.
So expansion of or just updating or both? Expansion
and updating and fixing all the univents that burn motors from 1959 that caused me to drop out of polar roll. so that won't be a problem again.
Where's the money coming from?
Oh, it was a bond. We passed a bond a couple years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this year is the elementary. Then the rest of the next year is going to be high school and intermediate school renovations.
How long is the project supposed to take?
This
couple of years.
The elementary school, they were saying initially 2 years, but just having some meetings with the contractors, they're going to have 90% of it done this summer. They're starting spring break. We have some asbestos that needs abatement, just like window caulk. Behind some of the old chalkboards, the glue they use. This is minor stuff, nothing, because we abated it most of it 20 years ago. We did a really good upgrade to our high school. We put a new weight room in, all Rogue equipment, all school
nice
colors,
stuff.
all nice stuff. And we put the turf to push the sleds on.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal. So if you ever get a chance, look up Cheboygan area schools, check out their weight room. It's phenomenal. So we need it. It's on the second floor of the gym. So part of this bond is we're putting an elevator in because right now a kid that's has a disability can't go up there in a wheelchair. It's stairs. So that was a big push with this bond is again because elevators aren't cheap.
No.
So we're putting an elevator in. We're going to start that this summer, and it'll be done by next spring, hopefully.
Awesome.
So we can make it accessible for all. So
yeah, that's awesome. You work out at all there?
I go to Jenna's gym all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Is it weight training?
It's like functional CrossFit type stuff.
Yeah, like high intensity stuff.
Yeah, I'm mostly a cardio endurance type guy.
Yep.
I do I do minor weights and stuff like that, but mostly lots of full functional fitness. That's what I mostly do.
What's the name of her gym?
Bear Bar.
Bear Barbell. Got it.
Yeah, I probably, since I retired from the Coast Guard, I probably lost maybe 10 to 15 pounds.
Have you?
Yeah, because when I was in the Coast Guard, mostly the weight room's there is, you're benching, you're just doing traditional bodybuilding. But ever since I got out, I started getting more into like endurance racing. So a lot of running, CrossFit, and biking. So I
lose weight.
Yeah, so I had to buy all new pants because I had a 34 waist. Now I'm like 32. All the 34s are sagging down on me. I got no room in my belt to even tighten. So I had to buy all new pants.
Did you get to ride at all while you were in the Coast Guard?
Here and there, mostly just like paddling because we're always by the water.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of riding. I did in high school. Quick story: I broke both my wrists when I was in high school mountain biking.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went off a cliff. The sunset, it was just dark. I couldn't see. I went down. I thought it was a trail, but it wasn't a trail. And I went off. It was like it's like a 10-foot cut. And I panicked because I put on the brakes.
Yeah.
If I did it now, I would just rode off it. And been fine. Because I was kind of hesitant. And then went right over the handlebars. Bam, landed in compound fractures.
Oh,
I still get problems. I still get arthritis in them now. And if I do certain like handstand holds and stuff, sometimes they'll give out. So I remember I was with a buddy and I was in shock. I didn't have no pain. So we walked to a house and I couldn't even hold the phone. So they hold the phone. So I called my dad and my dad didn't allow me to cuss or anything. Pretty strict. I go, Dad, I broke my effing wrist. He's like, what? I was like, come get me. So he had he zoomed over to get me, And there was so much, but at that time it was just, I couldn't even pick him up. I was like walking like this.
Oh man.
So I go to the hospital. It was a small town. They had to call in a doctor. So they call him in and he had beer in his breath. I'm like, oh, this is cool, dude. A doctor is going to set my wrist, is freaking out, pounding beers at the country club, so.
Where was this?
In Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Oh man. Yeah. So, that's,
yeah.
You sure you weren't in Wisconsin? Kidding.
So that was probably the big.
Does it bother you when you ride at all?
I still get when I go like some gnarly stuff. Like I try to I don't jump shit or anything like that, like crazy stuff, because I still get like I'm hesitant now because I just remember that pain I was in because I had 2 casts on and I could have been like wipe my own ass for a week, because I didn't have any movement. So
right.
So you kind of remember that. You're like,
the
is it worth
wrist
it?
Doesn't bother you like when you did Margie? It didn't bother you at all?
No, not at all. Just when the weather changes, when you get like those cold, rainy days, I get a little arthritis and then they stiff them up. But yeah, Margie was fine. Yeah, I felt great at Margie. That's when I was like.
What did you think of the 50?
I mean, it was tough. It wasn't easy. But it was, it was good.
How long did it take you?
I think I finished at 8 something, 8:20 maybe.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was still kind of.
So a little over 12 hours?
12 hours, yeah. It was still kind of, it wasn't totally dark yet, but it was kind of like twilight. I did stop at the campground. I was staying at Brasswire.
Yeah.
So I took like a half-hour break there. I had like a sub in my cooler, and I ate a sub and kind of filled my water and was kind of, just taking my time. I wasn't like really pushing it.
How are you feeling about coming into the 100?
Good.
Feeling good about it?
Yeah, feeling good, yeah. Because each year I feel like I'm getting better and better, and then as soon as I'm going to start back to training next week.
Yeah.
I took this week off just to let my body kind of relax and heal.
Rightfully so. Yeah. I'd be wrecked.
Yeah, because my knee was a little sore. My left knee was a little. It's just when I drove up here, just when I keep it like bent for a while. Yeah. When I get out, I'm like, oh, I feel like. But once I start walking around, it's fine. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, are you going to do anything different with your setup or nutrition? Did anything go wrong during the 50, or was it pretty?
I think I got my. So that's one thing I have down is for the Polaroid, I got my base layers down.
Yeah. And
for nutrition, I use a lot of that Flow supplements.
Yeah.
And so I use a lot.
I've seen it. I haven't used it.
And and I found actually for my 3,000 calorie, I found these bars on Amazon. They're like the size of a Cliff Bar, and they're 700 calories. $40 for a pack of 6 of them, though. But
Wow.
But I actually ate
What's it
one.
called?
I'll have to show you. I don't off the top of my head. I have them saved, but when I ate one on the pole roll, and it actually tasted pretty good. Because when I was in Canada, I stopped at a bike shop there, and they told me about these bars they have that don't freeze up. They were right. They didn't freeze up, but they were like the worst tasting bar I've ever had in my freaking entire life.
Canadians.
Yeah, it was awful. I ate them though because I was like hungry. But they're like, yeah, buy these. They won't freeze up. I'm like, cool. So I bought like 6 of them. I ate 2 of the pole roll. I was like, these things are freaking nasty. Like terrible.
When you left, they laughed.
Yeah. Like he's the only dude ever bought one of these.
You don't remember what the brand was of that?
No, I don't know. I'll have to look. I have them at home. I still have a couple because I obviously need them all. Yeah. But that was cool. It was nice that they didn't.
Malort.
Malort. Yeah. The Malort of protein bars. Yeah. That's hilarious.
They had a lot of electrolytes in them, I remember. Lots of sugar.
So the bars that you had this year were good.
Oh, they're called Range. I just came to my head. Range bars. 700 calories per bar. The meal replacement bar. And they're actually pretty good. I ate one. I just keep them in my mid-layer pockets. Mm-hmm. They keep in, even my energy gels, they don't freeze. But I keep them all in my mid-layer pockets.
They're warm enough.
Yeah, warm enough, yeah. Because I want to, what's that guy that does the Iditarod J? Yeah. Yeah, he lost a tooth again this year, I think I saw.
Really?
Yeah, from taking a bite of a hard bar or something,
Doesn't surprise me. Things freezing up.
Yeah.
Back to a couple questions on your gear from Polar Roll. So you said you had a Dillinger 5. Yes. What wheel set are you running? What rims?
I don't know off the top of my head.
No. Okay.
Yeah, the guy who built my bike put them on there. I kind of told him what I wanted, like what I do, and he kind of set everything up for me.
Okay. What do you weigh?
175.
175. The reason I ask is just data points, because we talked through you watched the other podcast, right, with Paul and Brandon, just that whole conversation around PSI, rider weight, tire volume, rim width, trying to help people sort out how to choose what they're going to come up here and run for the Polar Roll. It's interesting because I've heard from a few people since we did that episode a couple of days ago, including Mike and Joe, and they had never had it explained where they're putting all of the pieces together: rider weight, rim width, tire volume, PSI. The tire volume one is the big one, actually. Several people mention that now they've got to look for a different wheel set or a backup wheel set that they can run or will run larger volume tires on, because they're running 4.0s, which where they're from probably makes sense, but here it doesn't.
I was watching some of the dudes that had the 5-inch tires, or even at the beginning going through the sauce stuff, and they looked like they had no problems whatsoever going through it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, when you start to do it with the larger volume tires, it's like you're in a tank and you can just go over everything. I mean, what was Josh running? Those 6.2s, right? 24-inch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I saw. I was behind him, and I was like, dude, that dude, it's like a tank, man. It's just going plowing right through it, no problem.
It looks like a tank.
Yeah.
That thing is unbelievable. Have you seen any other, because his is custom, right? Josh's is?
He's got a black sheep. Yeah, that's a custom frame.
It's a Surly that ran out with the 6.2s, right?
Yeah, the Moonlander 2.0.
Oh, okay. It was the most current version of the Moonlander.
That's what the tire was made for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was my first fat bike, the original Moonlander.
Yeah. You set it up single speed and then sold it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Sold it to Allen in Pennsylvania. Yeah, but the Mooney with, when I first started fat biking, it was with Bud and Lou. Mm-hmm. Great combo. Anything else from your Polar Roll kit that you'd change?
I don't think so.
Everything else. What are you using for a stove?
I just use a little pocket rocket. Then the MSR pot. No
Espet, eh?
What's that?
I said none of the Espet.
No.
Yeah, No, I think the Pocket Rocket's a good one. Did you end up using it at all?
I almost did because before we got to the maple syrup tent, we had about 5 miles to it.
Getting low.
I had all my water. I was actually eating snow, but I was so hot it wasn't. I would never eat snow if I was if my core temperature was cold. If I was feeling cold, but I was sweating at that point or close to sweating. So every time I'd stop, I would just take a handful of snow and eat it. But I was tempted to pull it out and boil some because I was because I was sick too, so I was drinking more water than I usually would do for an event like this.
When you were in that Wolf Lake loop, did you notice because there were a couple streams that you went across on ice bridges? Did you notice if any of those ice bridges had degraded at all? Did anything stand out?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I did fall in the stream at Elko.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You told me that after I saw you. You ended up texting me.
I was like, son of...
Isn't that where Patrick went in?
Right by my house there?
Yeah.
Right when you went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went in the water.
Yeah.
If there's a person that will fall in a stream, it'll be me. So
it's not an easy fall.
like, son of a gun. And then I was kind of worried, but luckily I had my vape. So I had the same, I didn't really change my clothes at all. So I had a vapor barrier going on with my boot. Mm-hmm. I felt the water go into my boot, but the vapor barrier kept it away from my skin. So it did its job.
Right.
I was like, because I always bring a change of base layers and socks just in case that happens. Because if someone's going to fall in some water, it's going to be me. So, but I was like, man, I'm probably got to change out my socks, but then I never reached my skin, so it was good.
How deep's that stream? The water in it.
Right now, it's maybe a foot, but yeah, with this week, it's going to be.
I was just going to say, wait.
It's going to be.
I'm actually, that's a good point. I'm curious to see, because on that back end going towards your house, toward Beverly Hills, I think that one bridge Paul put in will be fine. But there was a whole wet section there that we ended up having to fill in.
Yeah.
That could get enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to bring a filter. I'm going to bring a filter, obviously, on the crusher.
Yeah.
But I have these tablets too that you can, so I could just take my water bottle, fill it with water, throw a tablet in there, wait 20 minutes. So I was just clipping that so close to bringing it this time. I was like, nah, I don't think I'll need it, but I could have used it when I was low on water. The only negative, the reviews are you get headaches sometimes from it when you drink the water, but I don't care. As long as I'm staying hydrated, it doesn't matter to me. I'll deal with the headache,
What was most of your food?
Most of it was just energy bars, energy gels, and the supplements. I used Hammer and Flow.
Okay. And no issues with any of it.
And I did have a bag full of turkey bites, little turkey sausages, and some raw almonds just to have some warmer food. I brought some saltine crackers in case, because I was, sometimes too much sugar can give you a stomach ache. So I was trying to stay away from a lot of sugar at times. So I brought the saltines just in case that happened. I'd be able to settle my stomach out, but never got a stomach ache. I brought some maple syrup energy, but I only used like 1 or 2 squirts of it. Yeah, that doesn't freeze, so that's good, of course.
Just straight maple syrup?
Yes, the little maple syrup strips you get, the Vermont ones, not the guy from Wisconsin.
Yeah, did you try any of his stuff?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I'm going to definitely embark. Yeah, I'm definitely going to start buying his stuff. He's a cool dude.
Yeah. I wonder if we ask him to come on the podcast if he'll wear the fox suit.
I don't think there's any doubt.
It was cool. Yeah, because before we even got
was he in the fox suit when you saw him?
Well, I heard like cowbells before I even saw his tent. I'm like, oh, that's cool. At least that's got to be him. And then I pull up and I see, I didn't know if I was hallucinating. I saw like this dude in a fox suit, and I'm like, he's like outside. He's like, come on. He was like all welcoming. I'm like, all right.
I don't know, man. Guy dressed in a fox suit inviting me into a tent.
I didn't care. I needed water, so I was like.
Actually, all kidding aside, I mean, Paul had brought up, Eric's been out there for Polar Roll. He was out there for what, a day and a half? And he goes out for Crusher too. Like, I don't think he's got anybody with him aside from when he sees racers. I've never seen him come up with anybody.
I don't recall, no.
No. So I think that, he's literally out of the goodness of his heart coming up and setting up those aid stations and just hanging out, man.
Yeah, he took all that down like at 1 o'clock in the morning by himself. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool that he comes up to do it. He's been doing it for 2-3 years.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Shout out to Embark. Paul said that, what did he have? one of Eric's products on pancakes. Something berry. Thimbleberry or something. It wasn't Thimbleberry.
Boysenberry?
Maybe it was boysenberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paul recommends it on pancakes.
Pancakes? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
Next time I get my hands on some.
So where are you going with your buddy? You're going to hit Black Rocks or what?
Yeah, well, Black Rocks will probably get a bite to eat somewhere.
Yeah.
So-
Did he give you any beta on where to eat?
Yeah, he did give a couple tips right down the road from Black Rocks that we might check out. So
Right off the 3rd. What'd you tell him?
Stuccos or
Yeah.
I like Stuccos or Portside.
Yeah. Portside's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stuccos is good. Both are solid.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hungry for?
Anything right now.
Actually, I think both of them have a pretty diverse menu.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you my appetite after the pole roll for like 3 or 4 days. I
Yeah.
was like, I just wanted to eat everything.
Insatiable.
Yeah, like everything, like I was so hungry all the time. Like I'd eat like a huge meal and I'm like, I'm still hungry, man,
Yeah.
Because afterwards I stopped at the pizza place.
Congress.
And I ate like a whole large. Because I was going to order a medium. He's like, well, it's only like $1 extra for a large. I'm like, all right, give me a large. And the next thing I know, it was like one piece left. I'm like, damn. I was still hungry, like shit, But yeah, definitely, you definitely increase an appetite on that.
Yeah. And you got to be back to work when?
Tomorrow morning,
Yeah. At what time?
6,
And what time is it right now?
6 or 7.
7?
Yeah,
You get 11 hours.
that's fine.
3 hours of driving.
Typical transportation and facilities guy.
Well, luckily I don't have to check because tomorrow it's warm. So because I have to check the roads on snowy days, and that could turn into a 3 a.m. day, where I wake up at 3 a.m. and ride the roads.
So are you out riding the roads to determine if you're going to cancel or not?
Yes.
How do you decide? Like
Well, sometimes the superintendent will override me if other schools start canceling around us. He'll feel like, well, I have to cancel because they canceled.
okay.
But actually, we canceled Monday
Did you?
because we didn't get any snows. The back roads were so icy.
Yeah.
So I have a good relationship with the road commission. So I used to call them, and they kind of give me a straight up. And I was like, hey, there's some roads that I knew our buses won't be able to get up. It'd slide right back down. I was like, hey, what's the chances you guys can get sand on it? He goes, well, we're not going to bring our ice blades out till it gets above freezing. I might be able to get sand on there. I might not. I was like, all right, so I'm going to cancel. He's like, all right, that's probably a good call.
So, I mean, it comes down to you go out at some time in the morning.
Yeah, and he kind of gives me the reassurance too. He'll like the road commissioner will call me and goes, hey, I'll have trucks on back roads during at 5 a.m. Then I'm like, okay, that's good. But if it's really bad out, he goes, all my trucks are just on state highways and 75. I can't even hit the back roads. No school. That's a no-brainer,
Right. How many cancellations have you had this year? Like snow days?
We are at 6. I've been kind of conservative too. I got a lot of scrutiny because it was our negative 20 is our
That's
low
your
temp.
cutoff.
Yeah, it was negative 15 one day, and I had a lot of angry moms call me about it.
Well,
But I just
but
thought-
the rule is negative 20, right?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to him. I was like, you know what? One of the benefits of living in our country is that if you don't feel safe to send your kid to school, don't send them.
Right.
Don't take if you feel it's too cold. But a lot of these kids still show up to school wearing shorts, Crocs, and a T-shirt when it's negative 15 out. That's why if they dress prop, wear a coat, wear pants.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be cold. So
So you get the upset parent phone calls.
Oh, I get a lot of them. Yeah, I learned to when I first started there, I'm a pretty patient guy, but they start like degrading you. It's upsetting. Then I'd start firing back at them. Now I just hang up. Once I hear like the first mother F or anything, I just click. I don't deal with it. But before I try to, I was reasoning with them. Then they start like degrading me for some reason. Like, you're a piece. Like start calling me names, and I was like so one lady said I need to get my shit together because she called me because the road commission closed a bridge and she's blaming me for it in the morning because our bus couldn't get to it. I was like, lady, I don't close bridges. I have authority to close bridges. And she goes, well, you need to get your shit together. I was like, no, you need to get your shit together. And then she called the superintendent, complained about me. about it. So after that, I was like, oh, I better tone it down. I can't react like that,
No.
So as soon as they
de-escalate.
yeah, so that's what I do. I'll just once they start like mother effing, I hang up on them.
Yeah, just de-escalate it.
But I was telling the superintendent, I go, well, she's trying to blame me for a bridge closed. I was trying to tell her I can't close bridges, and and he's like, well, because he knows me. He's like, it was our former superintendent. He's like, I can't picture you saying that to somebody. I was like, I know, sir. I lost my temper. I lost. It won't happen again. I apologize. He's like, all right, so.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate that you take some of that where they get personal, so they're grading you. It's just not necessary.
Yeah, it's not. So now I know how to deal with it now. So
yeah, that's good. Well, we should probably let you get rolling here because you got beers to drink, food to eat. You got a trip home.
Yeah, I stayed tonight. So I got at the old Cedar Lodge.
You're staying over at Cedar Lodge.
Yeah, I think you probably keep up stock in that place because I know all the bike. That's where everybody stays and they can do your events.
I do not have stock in the Cedar Motor Lodge. No, but I know that a lot of people who do our events stay there.
Oh, I know. Like all the time when I was up for Margie, I stayed at the campground, but when I drove by, like every car or truck out there had a bike on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cool because it's still independent.
That's good.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And I think from everything I hear, they do an amazing job.
It's affordable too. That's why I got it because it was affordable.
Right. Yeah. So it's a nice place. They do an amazing job, and it's affordable.
The first time I stayed there was actually on the way home from Polar Roll because I was going to attempt to drive home, and then I made it like 2 minutes outside of Fleming. I was like, "There's no way I'm driving home." So I got a hotel. I Googled hotels. That one was cheap. It had like a 4.0. It didn't have a bad rating. It wasn't like awful. So I was like, "All right, I'll stay there." So,
well, I am wishing you luck for the Crusher. Point to point. I'm wishing you luck for Margie 100. And I'll be looking for your name on the list for the Ultra next year when it opens in November. And I thank you for keeping going and finishing that thing at 60 hours. That was awesome. Yeah. I think it's a great example to set.
Absolutely. And I want to say one thing before I get off here is that your volunteers base deserves a shout out. As I can't imagine. I mean, that's just looking at all the trails they had to groom and maintain. And then I know you saw that Kenny and I were going real slow, and then next thing I know, I see a groomer out there. Mm-hmm. I was like, I mean, they're like rapid response,
yeah, like it's a QRF or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just can't imagine the amount of effort. And let's listen to your last podcast. Just talking. I mean, Paul was up like 40 some straight hours or 60 straight hours. Just working. That's phenomenal volunteerism right there. Well, they deserve
it's unheard of.
Yes,
in a lot of volunteer capacities. Not that it should be normal, but also it shouldn't be abnormal. I think that our volunteers are super dedicated. They do a great job. Ramba did a fucking amazing job. They did what they could with their trails. Our guys did what they could. Everybody who was here for the Mass Start did an amazing job. It's routine for all of our events that there's some element of each event now that people are going to be up for 24 to 48 hours. And it's amazing to me that Suffer Crew from RG is almost as hard to get into now to be part of the Suffer Crew as it is just to get into the event, because people want to be part of it, to have that experience. What other place can you go where you have people begging to do something for nothing? They're not getting paid, and they're going to have to forego a night or a night and a half of sleep. It's unheard of.
Absolutely.
It comes back to kind of one of the topics we were touching on earlier on in the conversation, this camaraderie. Like when you go to our events, even around here during the day or anything around 906 or a bike club, any of the adventure teams for kids, you cannot help but be overwhelmed by the sense of camaraderie. Like, we might not all see things in the world the same way, but there's a lot of things that we do see the same way, and we're here for it together. That's awesome. Feels good.
Absolutely.
Feels good to be around.
Awesome.
It's inspiring.
It is. Yeah. And it really is. And that's, and this doing your events is inspiring. And, and it's you look at the root cause, it's a good cause, getting these kids out there.
Yeah.
Because, working at a school, I see a lot of kids that are in bad shape, overweight.
They are.
And it's sad. And it can be so easily fixed. Just get outside,
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, Steve. I mean, even at our bike club, and I'm going to only say Marquette right now because obviously I'm not in every other community every week. But I've said this before in the podcast, and I'll keep saying it again until it starts changing the other way. The kids that are coming to bike club a lot of times now are the physical stature of the children has changed. They're heavier. They're bigger than they were 10 years ago coming in the program. That's just the freaking reality of it. And that's not good for anybody. It's not good for them. It's not good for the communities. It's not good for the parents. We're setting them up to fail.
We're absolutely. A recent RAND study, RAND Corporation, they did a study that a few years ago when we were having all the military recruitment problems, like 50% of 17 to 25-year-olds weren't even qualified for the military because they were so obese. They couldn't even sign up. That's like a national security crisis almost.
Yeah. It's something. We just have to keep. I don't want to say something has to change. We have to keep trying to further our mission and do what we're doing and figure out ways to reach more people and remove barriers and get kids outside.
Absolutely.
That's what we have to keep doing. But for now, you need to go have some beers.
All right.
And hit the port side or Stucco's or wherever the hell else you end up.
All right. Yeah. We'll go.
Thanks for coming up here tonight. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I love Marquette, so I was happy to come up here and chat with you. And
it's awesome.
And like I said, Polar Roll was awesome, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted, but I still feel it was successful because I never finish what you start. And that was my goal going in, is to finish it, and I did. So
it's an experience you won't forget.
Absolutely, I will not.
All right, we are out of here. Over and out.